Everyone, Artisan here and welcome for a new video. So we are back after our defeat on the season's gauntlet. Finally, we are back and we are on the match number 1 of the season's 11. So, of course, we need to start strong and we are matching Mad as our first opponent of the season's 11. So that's kind of fun because we are meeting them probably 50% of the time. So that is interesting. I will not hide that it was a big surprise. I feel on both sides. I got so many messages from Mad players as well that we were not expecting to play against each other for the first match of the seasons, but it still happened. So it was kind of fun to see the reactions because on our side we were not totally ready with all the defenses. Like we did some testing, but not that many because we are not expecting to go against Mad. Mad was exactly the same. They did some testing. They got a few defenses that were feeling good, but they didn't like spend that much time, it seems like, at least, on their defenses. So it has been kind of interesting to see what kind of like burn really fast and what can still stand, and you will see really soon that not much is still standing. So that was the first really fun match of the seasons. Like whatever the result is, it's not finalized yet. I think we are at 11 p.m. right now, so we still have a few hours on the match, but yeah, who care? We don't really care about the results. We just want to have fun, find new defenses and strategize a little bit during the day. Also, new season means new resolution, so I try to make it a bit more sustainable on me as well. In the last few days I have been playing another game, Ark Raiders. Don't play it, it's addictive as hell. But yeah, I've been like taking a little break on content as well, and it's why you didn't see a lot of videos in the last 5 days. I got sick 2 weeks ago, and I'm trying to get better now, and I've been trying to like put my mind somewhere else. But I'm back and I have a bunch of contents for this weekend because we have the Dracula collaborations coming up. So let's jump into this video first. Also, if you want to see the attacks of my second account on the Platinum 3, you can find it on the description below. And let's get started. So we still have 2 hours and 14 minutes on the match. Right now, Mad is still leading the way. They have been leading the way for most of the 2 days. They went pretty strong on us at start, and now we are catching up a little bit on the lead. So you can see that we still have 13 attack left. They have 19 attack left. It starts to be a little bit challenging. We got a few win, a few lose, but that has been kind of challenging. The big win for me, at least, I got 7 wins against our friends at Mad, so I feel that my defense did work pretty well. This one didn't really work pretty well, so I will not recommend that. You can fly it over pretty easily, pretty easily, not really pretty easily, but it's an achievable defense to kill with the flyers. And this one is pretty good. Lady Alexandra Carnelian, Valara, Torodor, and Pop. This defense can also be with the variants. You can replace Carnelian and Torodor by Brokir and Erlis if you want to use Torodor and Carnelian otherwhere. But this defense have been giving me really good results because I think all my win. Now I got 2 win on the first defense, and I got 5 win on the other defense. So let's get started. We are going to go to the defense, and you can see that most of the defenses are done. And I will show you the one that are still alive, and you will see that it's only 1 or I think 2 defenses. And on our side is exactly the same defenses that are still alive. Everything else got destroyed. So we are going to start against our friend Ron with this really fun avatar. And we are going to go against, so I'm going to first show you the strats. So this one is interesting, is using Velis and Nazareth. I wanted to show it to you because I love these champions. I think they are great champions. I still think that they are not going to be really strong for GvG, at least on the current placements. We need to like experiment a little bit more with them. Velis is still really good. She's stunning a lot, especially at higher awakening. You have Ezra that is like rocking it. And after you have Beelzebub, Torodor, and Carnelian as usual. So let's get into this attack with Slazar. So Slazar went with the Grot technique with the tank and using the new legendary demons, that is the rats. So it's why I wanted to show you this attack, because it's cool to see the new demons unit as well. So the first one is going with the tank, is going to trigger most of everyone ultimates, and then you go with the Grots. As you can see here, the Grot didn't use the spider on this one. He used Abyss and the rats. The beauty of the rat is that when they get killed, they are going to heal the unit, so Grot is going to be able to attack a little bit longer than expected, so that's really good. So Aten is going to do the same thing, Abyss, Grotesque, the rat, here we go, and the goal there is to kill Ezareth at that time, so it's going to go through that, and here we go, Ezareth is done. And it's time to bring our friends the doggies, and that's a done match. So that's a cool one. It's using Grot, it's using a new demons, so I really enjoyed this attack. And it's good to start the video with Ron, because I love Ron. He's the master of GIF and meme videos, so I wanted to give him a little shout out there. Now we are going to go with, so I'm going to first show the defenses. So this one is the one that I currently have, Lady Alexandra's, Valara, Carnelian, Torodor, and Pop. And the second one is Ingrid's with Erlis, Imrets, Brokir, and Neja. So let's start with the first one with Morlock. So Morlock is going to use a really cool technique that I wanted to show you. I already showed it to you in the past, but this one is interesting as well. So we have an attack with Glacius and with the 2-4. So the strat there is to get the 2-4 together, so you launch them together, they're going to protect himself, and when Lady Alexandra is going to do a passive, they are going to stay alive because they are going to protect themselves. And then you bring your friend the tank. From there, you bring the second tank, and you bring Glacius just behind. The goal is to get Glacius some kind of protections and to get through the work. As soon as it's built up, you have the doggies coming up. It was a pretty close call, but it passed and went really well through. So that's the strats there, mostly using the 2-4 as a protections for Lady Alexandra passive. And that's it. So now we are going to go with, this one is the same attack. We are going to go with, this one was pretty interesting. Let me check. Yeah, this one was really interesting with Kraken, so let's go with it. So this defense is the Neja Imret Brokir defense. And the placement is pretty interesting there as well. So you start with one lightning guard to trigger everyone's else. You will see that Neja is going in, Imret's going in, everyone's going in. Then you go with the Ice Mage. The Ice Mage is going to start to do his job, to do her job, or its job. Getting into Brokir, freezing that, 2 doggies, and that's it. So that's that could have been even like a 2-unit attack, but that's a pretty fun one. Now we are going to make our way in, I think, easy at something interesting. Yeah, this one, the defense with Neja, AI, Valara, Cyrus, and AI. So I think he was probably the only one using Cyrus as the tank instead of like using Torodor or Brokir like most of the people. So the strat there is pretty easy. You go with the 2 lightning guards. The lightning guards, because they are flying, they are not going to let Cyrus restart the how you call that, the little like ghost that he's using as a tank, and without that he cannot really regenerate that much. So what's happening is that you go with the lightning guard. The lightning guard is going to kill the little like protectors, and then continue to attack Cyrus and kill Cyrus, and then after it's a pretty easy one with the mage, killing Neja, and after going through the rest. The runner, the beauty of the runner is that even when AI have the ice, you can, like, the runner are going to go through it and not getting iced. So that's where they can like really shine and go through the defense. Now we are going to go to our friends Israel. This defense was pretty interesting. With Nastia, Brokir, Valara, Neja, and Erlis, and we are going to go with Big C, and you see like it's not a grot attack. Like what I really enjoyed on my main account is that I didn't saw as many grot attack as the second account that is in Platinum. So that was pretty interesting to start to see finally some new strats coming up. Again, still a lot of grot attack even on the top level, but it's cool to start to see more like strategizing coming up into the strats. So for this one, you go with 1 lightning guard, you have the 2 archers going there. So the main thing there is lightning guard is triggering Valara, so Valara can get into the ultimate mode. The archer comes just after that to kill Valara when she's ultimating. Then you do the 2 rocks to kill Nastia that was not in the range of the healer. And then you have not much to do after that. You just need to time your tank. You need to time your lightning guards well, so it does like get just after the end of Neja ultimate. You see that it was a little bit early on the ultimate. It still worked. But if it would have been like 1 second later for the lightning guards, he will not have got that much damage. He will have killed Neja, and then the dogs will have been really easy to get through because the Brokir was already overwhelmed. Now we're going to go to our Stronghold number 2. So you will see the defense that are still remaining is exactly the same defense that I have, except that I use the Carnelian and Torodor, but this one uses Erlis and Brokir. Same placement though, it's working really well. This one we didn't cover. We can cover this one. I think it's an interesting one. So we'll see that the main issue with this defense is that the only unit that is really making a lot of damage there on the flying unit is Velis. So as soon as Velis is dead, Ezareth cannot fight the flyers, so it's not going to work. And as you can see here, the strat was to use the fire mage and to use the mage to kill Velis. And as soon as Velis is dead, it's easy, because they are going to fly over, as you can see, boom, 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 boom. Even if Beelzebub is like bringing everyone together to make a big hug, the flyers are just going to go in because Ezareth cannot attack it. So that was a pretty smart technique to be able to kill Velis first, and as soon as Velis is dead, then that's a win. Okie dokie, let's continue. So we did Ninith, Ogu. I think Ogu have the same defense that I use, so I think it's worth showing it. And I think I'm going to go, with the attack from Oliveira. So you have 2 strat there. You have the strat that Oliveira used with the Grotesque, so it's a kind of a brute force attack. Or you have the flying technique, but I don't think it's going to work on this one. The Nastia need to be at the place of the AI to work correctly. So the strat here is pretty easy. because AI is going to freeze everyone without really killing anyone. So it's pretty easy to time your abyss and your spider to feed perfectly the grotesque, because they're going to be frozen, and they're going to be a bit slowed. So you get there. The first one didn't kill Torodor. The second one is going in. Torodor is dead. Neja is dead. Neja was A5, but she's still dead. And then that's a pretty easy win there. You get the Lightning Guard coming up, and that's a win. Okay, dokie, let's continue. Let's continue. We are going to get against buff. To be honest, I didn't even saw that. So okay, who was the Leopold this? Were the lucky people to get free 3 points against buff Kigiri. I didn't saw that before. It's kind of fun. So you can see that I didn't focus that much on this war. I tried to take some time off. So we have these two defense there. This one we just showed that the only switch is AI and Nastia. They just switch position, but the strat is exactly the same. The second one is the strat that was on me, the exact same defense that I currently have. We did kill it with Glacius. The thing is that it's also depend of the gear that you are using and the awakening that you have. I don't know what Justice Panda have. Mine is pretty stack gear and awakening wise, but here is the strat. They did use it against me as well. They mostly got a lot of lose, and they only lost against me. They were able to pass one dog with the strats, but it didn't really work as expected. So you see that it used the same technique than before that we discussed before. It's the 2 full, then the Ice Golem, then the Ice Golem plus the Glacius. Then as soon as they start to enter, you have the doggies and it go through. So I think it was just some lack of DPS on this one, because Lady Alexandra should be able to kill the full a little bit faster and to kill the tank a little bit faster as well. It didn't work out, but that was still a good defense. As you can see here, pay to mask. Oh yeah, this one was interesting. Let's take this one. This one is a little bit different than the other one. So this one is a flying technique strategy with the tank, with the full. So the placement of Neja was really interesting. When they asked me to set up that, I was like, no, that's not a real defense. And yeah, it was. And it was not an easy defense to break, to be honest. It was just a weird placement. I would not have thought of that. So you start with the tank, like the Pharaoh, that are good against magic damage. You get 1, you get 2. Then you time your Lightning Guard perfectly, so they arrive just after Neja finish his ultimate. And that's a win, because the Lightning Guard are going to kill everyone on their way. And as soon as the Nastia and Neja is dead, you can go flying over everyone. So that was a still pretty good defense, to be honest. It's just that, yeah, when you time perfectly the flyers, then that's something that you can get through easily. Cobalt had a similar defense. I think we already covered this one. But yeah, good defense there. Stronghold number 3, we have Kozalith. Kozalith, we didn't cover this one. We could discuss this one. Okay, that's the one that I wanted to show. So Kozalith, the team number 2. This one is a pretty interesting attack. I think we got another strat as well. We got like 3 different strat against this defense. So I'm going to show you this one. Maybe we're going to show the second one just after. But yeah, the setup is you have the tank Brokir, you have Imre just behind. Imret is mostly a HP build Imret, I would imagine. You have Pop to make damage, you have Lady Alexandra, and you have Cardinal to keep all of that alive. So as you can see, it's the same technique. You get the two full together, you get the healer, you get the two necromancer. And the goal is to swam through that. The hope is that the Imret is not going through his ultimate too often. And then as soon as you start to get a few units stacking up against Torodor, you go with your doggies and they can just go through and finish the run. So this one was the first technique that we used, the swarm technique. I think we used also Grot for this one, but we'll see that quickly. Asa, I think Asa was the one that I used. Here we go. Yeah, you see, so the thing is really similar there. You have Lady Alexandra, you have Erlis instead of Carlenian, you have Brokir instead of Torodor, you have Imret and Pop. So I'm going to show my attack. So my attack with the captain. The captain is also, of course, giving some boost to the Grot. But the beauty there is that you start quickly. No, that's again a different defense that I used. So I used another strat than that. The other strat was even better. But yeah, this one is mostly you get the Grot, you get the Abyss, you get the spiders, and he's going to go through that. He's going to kill Imret. Imret is going to revive. But my Grot with my Abyss and my Spider are going to go through that, going to kill Imret. Then the captain is going to go with the full just behind. The captain is going to get killed one time, but he has 2 lives. So he's going to kill one time, and after he's going to win. So that was one of the strats that we use against this defense, but I'm going to show you the other one that we used, and that was against... sorry. That was against Panicked. So here we go. So you see it's exactly the same setup, but we used a different strat on this one. So you see no captain on this one. And the sequencing of the demons is way better. So at 10, I'm going to go with Abyss. Then at 6.5, I'm going to go with Grotesque. So at least Lady Alexandra cannot prompt her passive yet. As soon as you see the mark on Grotesque, you bring your spider so they don't get targeted by Lady Alexandra. And here you get a full feed. On the previous attack, he was not getting feed with every demons. So you see that now he's getting fed. The full is a little bit late in the game, but the goal is not to get a lot of protections from it. It's just to get like 1 to 2 shields to keep the Grotesque alive a little bit longer, because you see that Lady Alexandra is going to target Full. Full is going to get killed the second time that Lady Alexandra is doing the passive. So that's the thing. And the timing is really genius there. I think it's Jacob that came with it. So thank you so much for that, because it was really good. So you see, Grotesque got the mark. I sent the spider, even if it didn't really need them right now. And after you go with, I went with like the safe strategy with the Full to get the first one from Alexandra. As soon as I have 10, I get the two doggies, so it's 6 dogs at the same time, and the Full give them a quick shield just to make sure that some of them pass through and give me the win. So you see, same defense, 3 different strats already on this video. So that was really fun to be able to get not only one strat for one specific defense, but to be a little bit more creative with timing and stuff. So let's get back onto the Stronghold number 3. I think this one is a little bit different, so let's cover this one. We are going to go with, yeah, no, just a Grot attack, so it's not that fun. And I see that we are attacking Bubbly live. Ooh, we'll see how it goes. Let me check the result quickly. I think it didn't refresh. Yeah, it refreshed. So we are still at 1.2. 1.2, we did lose against Bubbly, and Panic did lose against us. So they still have 18 attacks. We have 12 attacks. We are at 1.2 persons left. And let's see if Bubbly can get... Yeah. We just got Bubbly. Let's show the attack. So Lunar went against Bubbly, pretty good strat. It's a bombing strat. It's ballsy as hell, and I would give Air Max all the credit on this one because I'm looking at my Discord at the same time as recording the video, and we have been practicing a little bit these strats, and yeah, Air Max came with it. We got some refinement with other guild members. So yeah, congrats on this one, especially because it doesn't require any new champions. So if we can reproduce it 3 more times against Bubbly, we are going to take back the lead on this one. I'm seeing some comments on on my Discord. Damn, Mad is sweating for sure. So that's a fun win. That's an end game win. But yeah, great strat there. I really love that. And let's see how it goes. Yes, we are at 6-7% difference. So if we are getting a win, we are matching back. I think we will be at 40.6 on their side. So we'll take back the lead. If we can get more win into Bubbly, and we still have 3 win that we could get against him. So that could be a really good one. I'll say, let's get continue into the video. I think we have 3 more attacks that I wanted to show. So this one is the same one that we showed just before. This one is the same as well, so we don't really need to cover that. This one is the same. This one is the same. Now we go to Stronghold number 4. Dalex did give me a hard time. I think he had a really, I didn't lose today against him, but he had a really good defense. I think we are going to go against Dalex, so I'm going to show you first the defense. The defense is Belzebus, Nastia, Neja, Brokir, and Airlis. You see, it's a really different placement. I didn't saw Airlis going there. Still pretty good defense. And the second defense was Valara, Lady Alexandra, Carnelian, Pop, and Toroda. And you can see that the second attack was a pretty fun attack. So I'm going to start with that because having the Rock, the Fire Mage, the Necro, the Healer, I think. No, the Doggies and the Healer, yeah. So the strat there is you bring Fire Mage plus Stoner, Rock people, and they're going to stone our friends Lady Alexandra with the fire, so she's going to burn a little bit and going to kill Lady Alexandra, and from there it's an easier win, I would say, because you are going to get 2 Necromancer, you are going to get the healer. You see that Valara is ultimating while it's only the summoning of the Necromancer. The Necromancer are going to get with the second wave, and that's the perfect timing to bring 6 dogs and get into it and get the win. So that was a pretty great strat, because like focusing on the Lady Alexandras with not only the rocks, but rocks and fire to be able to get against Carnelian was a pretty good strat. Now, what do we have left? We have K. K is interesting. We're going to check that. And then we have Panic that we already covered. Goa Pao, that's... let me check the defense of Goa Pao. Yeah, this one is pretty easy, and this one is mostly easy as well. Even if I can maybe show... Yeah, this one was interesting. It was a good strat. So let's watch Goa Pao first. So this one is Mage, Lightning Guards, Doggies, the, I don't know how you call this one, the Fire Mage with like the area, and the Ice Golem. So you start with the Mage, so you see that you have a really good range with only one of them, and the main goal there is to kill the skeletons from Cyrus. So the 2 Lightning Guards can go just after that and kill Cyrus because he don't have any skeleton. He didn't have the time to prop the other skeletons and he just died. Then you get the 2 like special Ice Mage with the Mage, and they're going just to clean up everything. And that's a win. You see, it's a lot of units going through. So pretty fun Pretty fun attack on this one. And I think we have one left, and I think we are good for today. I will still probably not know the result of this match, but you will probably see that on the title. We are going to go K, and what's interesting with K is, yes, we can finish with that. We can finish with a captain attack and a grout attack against the first and the only defense that we saw with Dahlia this time. It's still pretty interesting to see Dahlia to kind of like bring the poisons and stuff like that. But you have Elise, Dahlia, Brokir, Neja, and Nastia. So the strat is pretty similar. You go with the full, you get with Abyss, you get the grotesque. Then they are going to start and try to kill our friends Brokir. The good thing there is that the fool is getting away. He's not going into the poison from Nastia too fast. It's enough time because the DPS is not that big to bring a second grotesque with the fool that have a pretty huge range to be able to get a shield to the grotesque on the other side of the wall. And then it's an easy win because the captain is going to go through. He's not going to get probably even killed because that's not that much DPS between a Dahlia and a Nastia remaining. And that's a win. So yeah, I think you enjoyed the first video of the season 11. Please give me feedback, give me comments, give me anything you think I should do or I should improve, or what you think will be best to cover this season's 11. As you can see, I think we got a lose. No, we won. Love won. Olivera won. But I think we did lose a little bit because we're at 40.7. So I think one went through us. So we're at 0.8 difference. So we need still 2 wins to be able to get there. Also, one last call out. We saw our friends Mads attacking our bots. I think it's what they told me is they wanted to check how many points it gets when you get the bot. I think what we calculated is that 4 successful attack against a bot is equal to 1 successful attack. So you need like 4 attack, almost like a full player to get 1 win. So that's pretty weak point-wise. We still use that because some of the players, they went late into the game. So we did use the bot guards to kind of clean up some points. Again, it didn't give us much points, probably like 2 points, 2% or something like that. So it's kind of bad because we probably spent like 10 or 15 attacks from players. They spend, I didn't spend on the bot guards. But yeah, that's interesting. We'll discuss more about the bots in a future video. I'm not sure if I really like that, but that's it. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see the content on Platinum 3, check the descriptions below. And I will see you tomorrow because we have some summoning to do for the new Dracula champions. See you folks. Bye bye.